Getting started on round 25, we finished with the slip stitch and this B stitch. We have the 3 of them here. And if you're carrying up the yarn, you can start with a chain. For myself, I'm starting with this standing stitch because I changed my colors. And we're getting started on the repeat for the round. First, we're going to work a single crochet in the chain space. We're going to work a chain 1, and then single crochet in the next chain space. We're going to work a front post triple crochet, so yarn over twice in that cluster stitch, and this one is from round 22, and we're working a front post triple crochet, so yarn over, draw through 2, a total of 3 times. Now working back in round 24 again, we're going to work a front post double crochet in that next cluster. So working around the front post, a double crochet. Now we have a little repeat that we need to do a total of 4 times. We need to work 2 double crochet in the next chain space. There's 1, and then 2. Front post double crochet in the next cluster stitch. So that's the repeat. I've done it once. I'll show you again. We're going to work 2 double crochet in that next chain space. There's 1, and then 2. Front post double crochet in the next cluster stitch. I've done that twice. We need to do that 2 more times. While I work those up, I'm going to point out in the video, up in this corner right here, there should be a gear symbol. At least that's where it is right now. And if you click on that, you can slow down the video speed so that you can watch in slow motion and follow along easier. And we're almost done. Now we have one last stitch to work, which is that front post triple crochet, so yarn over twice in that cluster from round 22. So working around the front post, a triple crochet, yarn over, draw through 2, a total of 3 times. So I've done that once. That is the repeat for the round. I will show you again. Getting started on the second repeat, work a single crochet in the next chain space between the B stitches, chain, and then single crochet in the next chain space. We're working a front post triple crochet in that cluster from round 22. There's that triple crochet. Now working back in round 24, we're working that front post double crochet, and then we have that repeat to do a total of 4 times. I'm going to do it once. So we're working 2 double crochet in the next chain space. There's 1, 2, and then front post in the next cluster. So I've done that little repeat once, do it a total of 3 more times, and I'll meet you when you're done. Finishing up my last repeat here. Next we're going to work a front post triple crochet in that cluster from round 22. That's the repeat. I've done it a total of 2 times. You need to do that 12 times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. Getting started on round 26, we have these 2 single crochet with a chain space between them. We joined with a slip stitch in this stitch, and we're going to get started right on the repeat for the round, which is to slip stitch in that chain space. Now since this is my first stitch, I'm going to draw up my green and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to pull this one tight and I'm going to work an extra chain because my last one got eaten there. Alright, on the repeats don't work that extra chain. Next we're going to slip stitch in that same chain space. We're going to work a chain 6. So we're going to get that out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Slip stitch in that same chain space. And then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch in that same chain space. So we have 3 chain to make a flower stem. Next we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now we're going to move our work to the front and we're going to look at the back, and we have this chain space from round 22 back here. We're going to work a single crochet in there, chain, single crochet in that same chain space, chain, and then single crochet in there one more time. We're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, oop, and one more for 5. Now looking back at our last round, that brings us back to where we started, and that's the repeat for the round. I've done it once, I'll show you again. Getting started on that second repeat, we're going to slip stitch in the chain space between those 2 single crochets. Oh, I just lost it all. Alright, so doing that slip stitch, and then we have the chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch in the same space. We're going to work a chain 6. So we're going to get that out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Slip stitch in that same space, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Slip stitch in that same space. So we have the 3 chain spaces. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your work forward, looking at that chain space from round 22. Single crochet in it, chain, single crochet in that same chain, single crochet in the same chain space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that brings us back to where we started. I've done the repeat twice. You can do that a total of 12 times, and I will meet you when you're done. Here I am at the end of the round. To finish off, I'm going to work a slip stitch in that same chain space that I started in, and then just grab some scissors here, and we're going to fasten off. Draw up your yarn and pull that tail through to the back of your work. And that completes this round of work. Getting started on round 27, we have these 3 chain spaces, and this middle one is our chain 6, and we're going to get started in there. We're starting with a standing stitch And for this one, we're going to be working a 3 triple crochet cluster. So to do that, we're going to make 3 clusters. There's our first one. Leave all those loops on your hook. Yarn over, draw through 2 for a cluster. So I've got 2 clusters there. We need one more. We're going to yarn over, draw through 4, yarn over, draw through 2. Next we have a repeat that we need to do a total of 3 times, which is to chain 2, 1, 2, and then work a 3 triple crochet cluster in that same chain 6 space. So to work the 3 triple crochet cluster, we're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 to make the first cluster, yarn over, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 for our second cluster. We're making a third cluster, yarn over, draw through 4, yarn over, draw through the last 2. That's the little repeat. I've done it once. Just moving my flowers over on my chain space. We need to do that 2 more times. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then work a 3 triple crochet cluster in that same chain 6 space. So I've yarned over twice. We're going to make our first cluster, make a second cluster, and then a third cluster, yarn over, draw through 4, yarn over, draw through 2. So we've done that twice. We need to do it once more, chain 2, and then work a triple crochet cluster in that same chain 6. So there's 1 cluster, 2, 3, yarn over through 4, yarn over through 2. So we have a total of 4 triple crochet clusters there. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now looking at our work, we're going to bring this forward. Looking at that chain space in the back, we had those 3 single crochets with a chain space between them. We're going to work a single crochet in that first chain space, chain 1, and then single crochet in the next chain space, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That brings us back to where we started. I've done that once. I'll show you again. We're going to work a 3 triple crochet cluster in that chain 6 space in the middle. So I've got my first cluster there. There's 2. I'm just going to move those over together there. And then 3. Yarn over through 4, yarn over through 2. I have that repeat that we need to do a total of 3 times, which is to chain 2, 3 triple crochet cluster in that same chain 6 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then yarn over through 4, yarn over through 2. So I've done the repeat once. I need to do that 2 more times. We can move these over. Chain 2, 3 triple crochet cluster in the same chain 6 space. One more repeat, chain 2, 3 triple crochet cluster in that same chain 6. So working 3 clusters, yarn over through 4, yarn over through 2. So you have a total of 4 in that chain 6 space. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking at that chain in the back, we have those 3 single crochets with the chains between them. In the first chain we're going to single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet in the next chain space, and then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That brings us back to where we started. I've done that a total of 2 times. Do that a total of 12 times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning 3 triple crochet cluster. Getting started on round 28, we joined with a slip stitch to this beginning triple crochet cluster there. And if you're carrying up the yarn, you can start with a chain. For myself, I'm going to start with a standing stitch, and we're getting started on the repeat for the round, which is to work a front post single crochet in that triple crochet cluster. Now we're going to work a shell, which is 5 double crochet in the chain 2 space. So working 5 double crochets, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And we're going to continue repeating that across, working a front post single crochet in the triple crochet cluster, and work a shell 5 double crochet in the chain 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more for 5. Working a front post single crochet in your next triple crochet cluster, working a shell in your chain 2, so 5 double crochets, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, one more for 5, and then work a front post single crochet in the next cluster stitch. Now we're going to be looking at round 25, and on round 25 we have, there's a front post double crochet in each cluster, so there's a total of 5 of them. We're going to skip the first one. Working in the next one, we're going to work a B stitch. So I'm going to pick my work back up here. We're skipping this one, and then this one is our front post double crochet, so in there we're working a B stitch. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 in that next front post double crochet. So the stitch in your cluster right here is the front post double crochet. We're working a B stitch. Skip the next 2 double crochets, working in the front post double crochet. Oh, I forgot, we have to chain 3 first. 1, 2, 3. Now working in that front post double crochet, a B stitch. Now that brings us back to where we started. I've done the repeat once. I'll show you again. Getting started in that first cluster stitch here, we're going to work a front post single crochet. In the next chain space, we're working a shell, which is 5 double crochets. There's 2. There's 4, and one more for 5. Front post single crochet in the next cluster, shell in the next chain 2. So 5 double crochets. That's 3. Oh, I got a little snag in my yarn there. So where are we? We've got 1, 2, 3. We're working on number 4 here. Front post single crochet in the next cluster stitch, shell in the next chain, so a total of 5 double crochets. It looks like I need to do that one again. So that's 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We're going to front post single crochet in the next cluster. Now you should have a total of 1, 2, 3 shells. Looking at round 25, we have those 5 front post double crochets in each of the cluster stitches. We're going to skip that first one. Working in the next, we're going to work a B stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Working in the next front post double crochet, work a B stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. B stitch in the next front post double crochet, and that brings us back to where we started. I've done that a total of 2 times. Do that 12 times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. Getting started on round 29, we finished with the slip stitch in this front post single crochet that's in this first triple crochet cluster here. If you're carrying up the yarn, you can start with a chain 1. For myself, I'm going to start with a standing stitch. Look at the back of your work and you have that chain 5, which is from round 27. We're going to be working a single crochet in there. Then we're going to work a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to work a single crochet in the next triple crochet cluster. To do this, look at the back of your work. You can see it right in there, that purple piece. We're going to insert our hook in there and work a single crochet. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Working a single crochet in that next triple crochet cluster. So this one, working in the back, you see that purple in there? We're working a single crochet in there. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now looking at the back of our work, we're going to have that chain 5 right in here, and that is from round 27. We're going to work a single crochet in there. Looking at our work in that B stitch, we are going to work a front post single crochet. So working a front post, a single crochet. Now we're going to work in the skipped stitches of round, that's 25, this white round right here. We have these 2 skipped stitches in here. We're going to work a half double crochet in each of those skipped stitches. So only working in those skipped stitches, a half double crochet. So there's 1, 2. We're going to work a front post single crochet in the next B stitch. Work a half double crochet in each of those skipped stitches from round 25. So only working in round 25, a half double crochet, there's 1, and then a half double crochet in the next for 2. We're going to work a front post single crochet in the next B stitch. And that brings us back to where we started. I've done the repeat once. I'll show you again. Looking at the back of your work, you have that chain 5 space right here. And that is from round 27. We're going to work a single crochet in there. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to work in the next triple crochet cluster, but look at the back and you can see it in there. We're going to work in there a single crochet. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Working in that next triple crochet cluster from the back, right in here, a single crochet. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at the back of our work, we have that chain 5 space from round 27. We're going to work a single crochet in there. Now looking at the front of our work, we're going to work a front post single crochet in the next B stitch. In those skipped stitches from round 25, we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 2. So there's 1, 2, front post single crochet in the next B stitch, half double crochet in those next 2 stitches from round 25. There's 1, and then 2. Front post single crochet in the next B stitch. That brings us back to where we started. I've done that twice. Do it a total of 12 times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet, which is this one. That brings us to the end of this section. For more crochet patterns, tutorials, and yarn shop, please visit my blog, dearestabby.com.